Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a technique that I've been using to use up some of my scraps in this box here. You can see I've got loads of thin strips of paper which are offcuts from making cards, etc. And I don't know about you, but I don't like throwing anything away, and so from time to time I have a blitz with these strips, and I make bases like this one that you can see here. I have shown this technique on my channel once before, and but I'm taking it up a level. I'm just looking to see. Sorry, I was just looking to see if I could find a base using the old technique. But anyway, this is the new technique whereby I've been adding some foil in between the gaps of the strips to enrich it, and I think it does actually make the whole project look better. So this is one that I made earlier, and I've just matted and layered it. So I'm just going to show you how I do that, and then I'll show you some cards that I've been making. So in my bit box, I had quite a lot of this craft paper that was at this shape, and it's a shape that I can't use for matting and layering and embellishments and things, because I don't really like the color of the paper. So I thought I could use that as the base. So I've covered one side of it with double-sided sellotape. You could also use glue if you prefer, but it is important, if you use glue, that the whole of the piece of paper is covered in glue, because otherwise the procedure won't work. And also you have to work quite quickly if you use glue, because glue can dry quite quickly. So there we are. I've just taken off the double-sided sellotape, and now I'm going to go to my little box and just pull out some strips. Sorry, the strips can be any width at all. Obviously, the smaller the piece of card, the thinner the strips, the better, because otherwise, if you put a thick strip on, like this one, for example, and then you put another one on, you've used up all the space, so you don't get much of an effect. So, yeah, so the thinner, the better if you're using small pieces of paper for this technique. There's no rhyme or reason to how you do it. The only thing I would say is that you do need to make a focal point. So what I try to do is to put down one strip which goes more or less the whole way across, and I'm just going to cut that extra bit off because I need it. And then you put another piece in the same card going in the opposite direction, but not necessarily corner to corner. So I'm going to put mine down here, and I'm leaving a small gap. You can see small gap there, to which is where the flakes will go. And then I'm going to put another piece slightly offset, so down there. So basically now we've got 4 sections which we're going to fill in, and I'm just going to use random pieces of card. I'm not really going to look too hard. I mean, more or less the things that I've picked out are similar in shades or tones or whatever. So they go together. So hopefully all will be well. And I'm going to use some narrow strips as well as wider strips. So to start off, I'm just going to leave a gap along the side and along here, and I'm putting the first strip parallel to the long piece, and I'm just going to cut that off. I'm just going to cut this off roughly, because obviously if you've only got one piece of paper of that type, you need to and I need it somewhere else. So there we are. So I'm going to put that one there. So basically you start off by putting strips parallel to this central one. And so for the other strip, I could perhaps put this pink one. And you can see that I've got a variety of widths here. And I'm just squaring off the end because I just think it looks better. So that's that. Okay, so then having done the base, then you start one strip that way, one strip this way, and I'm just lining up the edges so that that's straight there. And I'll just do the same here, one strip here. Okay, so and then so now I need another one this way, so let's put this one this way, and I need one going down the way, so I'll pop this one here, and then I need another one going that way. Just going to cut this. This is a slightly wider strip. Yeah, so you can mix and match. It's fine. And then I want a piece that is going to go down the way. You can see I've got a little corner here, so I need to fill in that corner. So again, just with a piece, I'm just going to put that this way and cut that off. So that's one section done. I hope I'm in focus. You know, I've been trying to film this. This is the third time I've filmed it, and just make sure I'm in the right part of the, I've got the camera in the right part. Right, okay, so now I'm going to do this bit. So we've got one this way, one that way. Well, we've got three this way, so I'm going to start going this way. And then I'm going to put this one this way. You can have a mixture of different thicknesses of card, it doesn't matter. I'm going to try and put something in this corner, but I think it will come off. But anyway, let's just try. Just put a little bit of paper there, just to, right. So that's that one. And now I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put one this way, and then put one this way, and this will fill up that hole nicely, so that's good. So you can use any size base to do this. Here I've got a really thin layer, but I'm going to put it in. So I think it's a bit ridiculous, isn't it, saving a piece this thin? Anyway, there we go. So and now yeah, so as I say, you can use any size of base. I think the biggest I've made is an A6, maybe A5 size, but you can do anything so long as your strips are long enough to fill in the space. That's fine. So, and I'm just going to use this piece to fill in this big gap here. So having done that, I'm just going to trim off the excess, and I'm just going to do that roughly because the actual piece of paper isn't straight, I've realized, so I will be guillotining it at the end, so I'll cut off all any extraneous bits at the end. So I'm just going to go all the way around like this. and like this. And of course I've got now a sort of random mixture of bits and pieces which are not really good enough for anything, but you know, some of them are. So the longer pieces I'll keep, and the smaller pieces will go in the bin. So it's terrible, you know, I hate throwing away anything that I think could be useful. I don't know if other people are like that, but I can bring myself to put these scrappy bits in the bin. So there they are, they're going in the bin. That's it, gone. And I'm just going to put these other bits and pieces back in my box for another moment. Right, so here we are. So this is what it looks like at the moment, and you can see that there's gaps in between each of the pieces of paper, and we're going to make it look like this one. Okay, so I think you can see that the difference between the two is quite considerable, and it does look much better with when the things have been filled in. So I'm going to be using these gilding flakes, you know, these flakes, and I like this mixture. This is called Lancashire Rose by Indigo Blue. I don't know whether you can still get it, because I inherited this mixture, and as I say, I don't know whether you can still get it. So I've just put on my flakes, and then with a soft brush I'm just going to go all the way down over the sellotape, just pushing them into the grooves to get that effect. And this mixture actually enhances all the colours that I've put on the card, so that's why I think it's quite nice. But if you haven't got flakes, well, I mean, obviously you can just use the plain silver ones or the plain gold ones or any other colour that you might have. But if you haven't got these gold flakes, you can use glitter. It will work just as well. But I would say that you know, if you've used glue, you need to make sure that you've only got glue in the gaps and not on, you know, none of the glue has got onto the outside of the card. Otherwise your glitter will obviously stick there. And then, so just work it round. And I think, you know, I've had these flakes for ages, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with them? This is not my idea, by the way. I did get this from some other lovely crafter on YouTube, who I can't remember who it was. And I've been wanting to try this for quite a long time. So anyway, so this weekend has been the moment to be doing this. So I started on Friday, and I've made a dozen altogether. That I will be making some more, because I want to just carry on and use up my strips, and I am going to do some slightly bigger ones, which are square, because I just think that could be quite nice too. So there we are. So I've put everything, I've filled all the gaps, as you can see, and they're really shiny. You can do that with your finger, what I've just done with the brush, and then I just go over it again with the brush just to make sure there are no loose bits, and then I pop the rest of the stuff back in my pot. And this is a great way to use it, because this pot was actually nearly full at the beginning of the weekend, and now I'd say it's like a third full, maybe, or quarter full. So I'm just going to mop up the rest of these bits. That is the only downfall with these flaky bits, is that they get everywhere because they're so light, they float around. So yeah, so there we are. So that's the little card. Now I'm just going to finish straightening the edges, and for that I'm going to use my guillotine. None of my edges are straight, so I'll just straighten one, and then just This isn't straight. There we are. So that's it straightened, and that's it ready to pop on a card or to do whatever else I want to do with it. So so now I'm just going to show you some of the cards that I've made using the bases that I've made over the weekend. So they're all very simple. So this one is it just says a note for you, and I've just basically layered up the card that I've just made on some plain backing, and then I put a flower, I put some foliage and a butterfly and a note for you, because really this doesn't need anything, it's so bright and vibrant. This one, which says best wishes, this one I laid up on gold, and I've put some foliage here and a little butterfly. And then this one, which says deepest sympathy, again the same sentiment, some foliage, a butterfly and a flower. This one, which is best wishes, again a flower and some foliage here, which you probably can't see because it's grey, and a little green butterfly. Here I've just used the sentiment is here, it says friend, and I've just put some foliage here and a butterfly. So I've actually also, not only have I been using up my strips and my flakes, but I've also been using up the flowers in my stash and the die cut foliage and some butterflies. So I'm really quite pleased with this. A lot of the foliage die cuts were gifted to me during a swap that I did, organised by Crafty Mama Paper Crafts. And so in fact this is one of her flowers that she made, quilling flower, which is absolutely beautiful. So I've been waiting to find a project to use it on, so I'm really pleased with that. So then this one, which says best wishes, this just has a flower and then it has 3 butterflies. And then this one, which says, this says thank you. I don't think it's very clear, but anyway, so this has got the flower, it's got a little bit of white foliage and a gold butterfly. And then finally this one, which says best wishes, is just got 3 red hearts that were gifted to me. So those are the cards that I've made using the backgrounds. I hope you like the idea and will give it a try yourselves. It doesn't take very long. So once you've got your strips ready, I would advise you to sort them into a bit of colour so that, you know, so you're happy with the colour combinations, and go for it. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes maybe to do each one, and it can be very rewarding. It can be a way of building up your stash for backgrounds, whatever. So if you've been with me until now, I am actually going to be doing a secret giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away 6 of these cards to somebody who leaves a comment. Now, the last time I asked people to leave a comment on my video, but this time I'm going to ask you please to send me an email just saying that you would like to enter into the card giveaway. So this is my email address, cmcarpenter123@gmail.com, and I will do the draw on the 6th of March, which I think is next Saturday. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be back shortly with another video. Bye for now.